Akira is running from a horde of zombies like there's no tomorrow. But guess what? He's not scared of becoming zombie food. Nope, he's freaking out because he's late for work and his boss is scarier than any zombie out there. Then, in an epic ninja move, Akira leaps over a fence and bam! He's on the safe side, leaving the zombies clueless. Just as he catches his breath, a plane on fire flies right over his head and crashes into a building nearby. It's like the whole city flipped into crazy mode, but on the bright side, Akira realizes he doesn't have to go to work. This thought actually brings a smile to his face. He starts busting moves right there on the roof. Just then, he thinks of Otori, the girl he's totally into, but too shy to ask out. She's probably stuck in the same old boring workday grind. With lightning speed, he texts her, and she texts back. She's fine and tells him her location. Akira's heart is racing. Today's the day. He's going to ask Otori out, come zombies or high water. Now it's action time. Midway down, he catches sight of his pregnant neighbors scared. Akira assures them that he's heading out and promises to bring back some food for them too. Akira hops on his bicycle and speeds down the road. He's swift, dodging every zombie that tries to grab him. Soon he reaches Otori's apartment. There he finds Otori terrified and injured. She clings to him for safety. Then comes the shocker. Otori spills that she's been clapping her boss, who's now a zombie. This hits Akira like a ton of bricks. His heart sinks, feeling betrayed and shocked, but there's no time to process it. The zombie boss suddenly lunges at them, but Otori can't run because of her hurt leg. To save her, Akira springs into action, bravely fighting the zombie. He uses his football training to tackle the director, slamming him into the furniture. Otori seizes this moment to unleash her anger on the zombie, hitting him for his false promises. Then things get even worse. Otori collapses, and to Akira's horror, she transforms into a zombie too. She tries to attack him, but he pushes her away just in time. In this moment of chaos and fear, Akira finds the courage he never knew he had. With tears in his eyes, he confesses his love for her. Then, with a heavy heart, he dashes out, slamming the door shut behind him. Later, Akira returns to his building with supplies for the pregnant lady and her husband. Tragically, he finds their apartment empty, covered in blood and signs of a break-in. It seems they didn't survive the night. Seeing the chaos around him, Akira faces the grim reality that he might eventually turn into a zombie too. Now, determined to make the most of his time left, Akira decides to create a list of 100 things to do before becoming a zombie. He's already told the woman he loves how he feels, so he checks that off his list. Energized, he adds more goals and is ready to start ticking them off the next day. The next morning, Akira is super charged up. He starts by tidying his room, which hasn't been cleaned in over a year. He then heads to the supermarket, filling his cart without worrying about prices. After all, money doesn't matter now, but he has to run away when he encounters the staff, avoiding their zombie bites. Next, Akira visits a beauty salon to dye his hair, but eventually reverts to his natural color, not liking the change. His next adventure involves spending an afternoon drawing his self-portrait on one of Tokyo's largest buildings. Then, he makes a stop at a firecracker shop and loads up with a big stash of firecrackers. But on his way back, he unexpectedly encounters a horde of zombies. Quick on his feet, Akira abandons his bicycle and jumps onto a superbike. He zooms through Tokyo's streets, narrowly escaping the zombie madness. As the evening sets in, he sets off fireworks near the Tokyo Tower. The night sky lights up, celebrating his new, wild life. As the days go by, Akira keeps adding thrilling activities to his list. On the 5th day, he's enjoying a rooftop barbecue, cooking steak and ignoring the zombies just beyond the fence. Just as he's about to feast, he realizes he's out of spices. Off he goes to the supermarket for a quick spice run, but things take a wild turn when he hears a noise, and out of nowhere, someone in a helmet attacks him. Akira yells, "Hey, I'm not a zombie!" The attacker stops and takes off the helmet, revealing a stunning woman named Shizuka. Holy mother of cows, she's just gorgeous. And our guy fell in love all over again. They start talking just then. A cry for help shatters the calm. Akira tries to fend off the zombie chasing the man, but his efforts are like throwing marshmallows at a tank, utterly useless. The zombie enters the market. That's when Shizuka jumps into action. She's like a ninja, fighting the zombie with crazy skills. Another zombie appears, and Shizuka smartly throws a little beeping gadget to distract it. Turns out zombies love sounds. Akira's impressed. He asks Shizuka to team up and stay with him, but she's like, nope, saving folks is risky business. Akira's a bit down, but heads home. There, he starts feeling really sorry about all the good times he missed with his friends. He thinks about how he was always too busy with work and didn't spend enough time with them. Now, they might all be zombies. Suddenly, he spots a photo of Kencho. He's sure a guy like Kencho can't be dead in this chaos, and he'd probably be at some hotel, living it up with hot girls. Akira quickly calls Kencho, and it turns out he was right. right. Kencho is in a hotel, but there's a crazy surprise. The girl with him is now a zombie. Luckily, Kencho had chosen a bondage room and the girl was tied up. Akira asks Kencho where he is and says he's coming to get him. Kencho responds that it's impossible because the entire hotel is overrun with zombies, but Akira doesn't care. He jumps onto his superbike and speeds off. Along the way, some zombies latch onto his bike, but with a quick, sharp turn, he loses them. Meanwhile, Kencho, in a panic, tries to escape the room, but finds himself face to face with a horde of zombies. He races back into the room, and the sound of zombies banging on the door triggers a flashback to when he failed at the big game, pushing him to the brink of a breakdown. Back with Akira, he reaches the zombie-packed street of the hotel. Thinking fast, he drops a speaker on the ground, blasting music. The zombies swarm around it, distracted. Using his football skills, Akira weaves through the remaining zombies, dodging and jumping, even pushing a few aside. He vaults over cars and makes it into the hotel, where he tackles another zombie. In his room, Kencho realizes the noise has stopped. He opens the door to find the corridor empty. That's when Akira shows up. The friends quickly make up, but their reunion is cut short as more zombies approach. They dash to the roof, block the door with a ladder, and make their escape. Hiding out in a fancy restaurant, they enjoy a great meal. Kencho finds the list and sees the last item, making up with my best friend. He tells Akira how grateful he is for him. This gives Akira an idea. He wants to become a superhero to fight the zombies, but Kencho points out Akira doesn't have any superpowers. Later, watching the news, Kencho realizes Tokyo is in chaos. They decide to leave, heading for the Marine Paradise Aquarium in Ibaraki. They believe a special diving suit there, designed to protect against sharks, might also protect Akira from zombies. On their way to gather supplies, they encounter a group fleeing from zombies. Most are not lucky, but Akira draws the attention of two flight attendants, a bus driver and Shizuka. They all rush into a store, slamming the shutter down, severing a zombie's hand. Everyone's relieved, but the bus driver conceals a bite wound. After grabbing supplies, they enjoy a small dinner with drinks. Akira tries to flirt with the flight attendants as per his list, but they're more interested in Kencho. Left alone, Akira chats with Shizuka, who notices he's cut his hand with the shutter. She takes care of it, revealing her medical background. Just then, the bus driver morphs into a zombie and chases Akira and Shizuka, but he's soon drawn to a trio having fun nearby. Catching them off guard, the zombie driver tackles and bites one of the girls. Her friend tries to save her, but she too falls victim to the driver's bite. The zombie then turns his attention to Kencho, and while Akira wants to help, Shizuka opts to leave, believing she's better off alone. Suddenly, Shizuka spots a radio and cleverly uses it to distract the zombie, giving Akira a chance to rescue Kencho. With the zombie preoccupied, Shizuka attempts to escape, but struggles to lift the shutter at the door. Just as the zombified girls corner her, she bravely fends them off with a basket. Akira and Kencho arrive to help with the shutter, but it won't budge. Kencho, seeing Shizuka overwhelmed, lights a bunch of fireworks. The distraction allows Akira to swoop in and save Shizuka. Together, they finally open the shutter, and the trio dashes into an RV. Initially, Shizuka hesitates to join them, but with zombies closing in and no driving skills, she has no choice. They leave the city, heading for the aquarium. Along the way, they free dogs, gather supplies, and Kencho even dyes his hair. They indulge in activities like sup yoga, which results in Kencho falling into water, paragliding, cooking on a campfire, and setting off more fireworks. They even spend a night in a hotel with hot springs, ignoring zombies to enjoy warm water, hot sake, and a sky full of fireflies. A few days later, Akira and his crew finally make it to the aquarium, but a crash caused by spike strips knocks Akira unconscious. When he wakes up, there's his old boss Kosugi right in front of him. Akira rubs his eyes, thinking it's a dream, but nope, it's real. Kosugi was here for some ad shoot when zombies hit the fan. He turned this place into a fortress, making everyone work for a stay. Kosugi's running the show like it's his own company. Everyone who comes for shelter has to work hard. Good news is, there's lots of fish to eat, so no one's going hungry. And guess what? Akira's neighbors are here too, not zombie snacks like he thought. Shizuka's working here as well. Kosugi reveals that they've locked many zombies outside, using them as security to deter outsiders from stealing their supplies. When Kosugi's team needs to leave for supplies, they use a megaphone to distract the zombies, allowing the supply trucks to move in and out easily. Kosugi then tells Akira to work for him again, or he will throw his friends outside, where they would surely be killed by zombies. For his friend's sake, Akira becomes Kosugi's subordinate again. Kencho's not happy at all. They're getting scraps while Kosugi's crew feasts. Akira's neighbor tries to keep Kencho cool, pointing at his pregnant wife, reminding him what's at stake. The next day, a zombie accidentally gets into a supply truck. Meanwhile, Akira's neighbor secretly brings 3 thieves and Shizuka to the parking area, suggesting they could escape by taking any car. As the truck enters the aquarium, the hidden zombie attacks. Chaos erupts, and more zombies break in, turning the aquarium into a full-on zombie rave. Some of the zombies end up in the shark exhibit and, splash, they're now shark snacks. Meanwhile, Kencho and Shizuka have fixed up the RV and nabbed some supplies. They're ready to hit the road, but Akira's like, "Hold up, it's safer here," and chooses to stay. While Akira heads back, Shizuka spots the bucket list. They've checked off almost everything except becoming a superhero. Inside, Kosugi's freaking out, yelling about missing people and work piling up. Kencho grabs Kosugi, pulling him back as Shizuka steps up to Akira. She's all, "Hey, we're just living like zombies here, minus the biting." She shows him his bucket list, making Akira remember how much he hated working for Kosugi and loved having fun during the apocalypse. Just as Akira reflects on this, Kosugi grabs the list and crushes it under his foot. That's the last straw for Akira. He pushes Kosugi to the ground, reclaims his list, and quits on the spot. Right then, the situation escalates as zombies invade the area. Unlike Kosugi, who abandons his team, Akira steps up to lead the escape. They navigate through the aquarium, closing doors to block the pursuing zombies, and regroup near the shark tank. There's Kosugi, and Kencho's about to give him a piece of his mind when, surprise, a shark leaping out of the water and landing near them. The crowd panics, but Shizuka reassures them that sharks can't survive on land. However, in a bizarre twist, the shark begins to walk using the zombie legs it had consumed. The gang's running again, but the shark's smashing through walls, blocking their way. Kosugi's hiding, but Akira's leading everyone to safety. He finds a door, gets everyone in, and locks it tight. As the shark slams against the door, Kosugi attempts a sneaky escape, but ends up attracting the shark's attention. Meanwhile, Akira, realizing Kosugi's gone, is determined to help him, despite Kencho's protest that Kosugi doesn't deserve their help. But Akira's set on not letting anyone die on his watch. Kencho, unable to dissuade his friend, points out there's a special diving suit they can use. Kosugi, in full panic, is running through the corridor when he trips, just as the shark is about to get him. Akira, now in his superhero diving suit, intervenes with a kick, but the shark leaps at Akira, who struggles to keep its jaws open. Kosugi, seeing an opportunity, flees the scene. Kencho arrives with a forklift, aiming for the shark, but soon realizes it's ineffective and retreats. Akira, at the shark exhibit, finds Kosugi cornered by zombies. He dives into the fray, fighting off zombies, but soon finds himself overwhelmed. The zombies can't penetrate the suit, but Akira is still in a dire situation. Kencho, chased by the shark, leaps through a hole in the wall into the exhibit. The shark follows, but gets stuck. Suddenly, music blares. Shizuka's using megaphones to distract the zombies. She skillfully lures them toward the tank, where they fall in, following the sound. The trio regroups, but their moment is interrupted as the shark frees itself, pushing Kosugi aside. Akira checks on Kosugi, but the shark attacks again. Akira manages to wedge a pipe in its mouth, but the shark's strength is overwhelming, and it clamps down on his hand. As Akira struggles, Shizuka grabs a flashlight, planning to use its batteries to electrocute the shark, exploiting its sensitivity to electricity. Kencho, recalling a missed football pass from his college days, throws the batteries to Akira with precision. The shark, turning to attack Kencho, is struck by Akira, who jams the batteries into its nose, sending a lethal shock through its body. After the shark's defeat, Akira and Shizuka rush to Kencho, who's shaken but unharmed. Later, as the survivors distribute supplies and prepare to leave the aquarium, they confront Kosugi. They express their gratitude to Akira for his leadership and choose to follow him for a chance at a real life beyond mere survival. As Akira, Shizuka, and Kencho board their RV, Kosugi feigns remorse and seeks to join them. They reject him, leaving him behind. In their RV, Akira, Shizuka, and Kencho plan their next steps. Shizuka wants to become a doctor, Kencho aims to be a comedian, and Akira, marking being a hero off his list, adds making heroism his job. They set off, ready for whatever comes next, with a goal to reach 100 items on their bucket list.